Hello, today I will show you the results of my Everraid's defense replays, but before we get started, I have to say something about the recent New Year's banner, as many players seem to be very upset about color sharing. I will put a link in the description, but color sharing is not that bad. However, you have to look at the math in order to understand it, because I doubt many people do. So if you're interested in this topic, you can check the link. It's definitely worth it. This is my team for this week. It is a restore trap using Bernadetta's weapon. The nice feature of Winter Bernadetta's weapon is that by inflicting 1 damage to nearby allies, the healing trap might still work. If my opponent does not use any kind of debuffs and no one else is threatened, Camilla will move right here and use healing on Rolf, get danced by Azura, having free movement, kill someone. One of my 2 calves will move and get danced by Mirabilis. Frazier will move last because I make sure she has an assist. She used pivot, just in case Mirabilis ends up here or Azura ends up here. That means next turn Frazier ends up here, just in front, below one of his dancers, so she can get danced to reach the enemy. One thing you need to understand about the healing trap is that it is not working like a restore trap. A restore trap activates if there is a debuff, and it activates according to the slot number. The highest slot number here, Rolf, takes priority. So Camilla always targets Rolf. However, the healing is different. If there is no debuff, but one of my units is threatened, for example, Rolf is threatened, Rolf moves first before Camilla does. So you might think it could be a problem. I don't think so, because I still have defense tactic. So that means Rolf has no debuffs, he gets +6 defense buffs, spendthrift, low attack. He is not easy to kill. So in general, I was worried about this week because using Bernadetta means I have to sacrifice a slot for the duo unit. For this team to work, I need 2 dancers, 1 healer, and 2 ranged cavalries, including Winter Bernadetta. However, removing Rolf would be a bad idea. Every single week in Anima, Rolf always has been the MVP, the true MVP. I don't want to remove Rolf. But still, I was thinking duo units shouldn't be a problem for me, because thanks to Bernadetta's weapon, the healing trap is working. So if Camilla uses healing, she gets danced, kill someone, and one of my calves get danced by Mirabilis, they get a second kill. So whatever happens after the second kill does not matter. Um, 2 weeks ago, if you have seen my video, during the last match, something weird happened. Instead of moving to the mountain to make use of a restore, Camilla decided not to move. She restored Rolf, but did not move to the mountain. And this week it happened a couple times. So few days ago I checked once more the AI guide. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss something and that I get it right. But I discovered something. I was wrong about the mountain. I was thinking the mountain, just like trench forest, should be treated just like a defense tile, but that is not true. Mountain is some sort of special terrain. It is not treated like a defense tile, so the AI priority follows something like this. Defense tile, enemy threat, teleportation, special terrain. This means enemy threat is more important than special terrain as a factor to decide where your healer ends up. So that is really bad, because I shouldn't expect Camilla to always move to the mountain. It depends on the enemy's positioning of their own units. I do not have any control over it. But because I knew it, because I discovered the truth about the mountain, I now know this week probably is the last week I am using the mountain for a restore trap. There's also another thing that bothers me. 2 weeks ago when I used this map, it is the fact that mountain seems to give an advantage to flying units in AR offense. And I am actually concerned about dual lean. I don't want, I don't want them to get an easy Gale Force movement turn 1. Because the reason, this, something that I like a lot, a very nasty move. Frazier using pivot on Azura and Azura dancing Frazier after the pivot. Very nasty move, I like it a lot. But yes, as I said, the nice thing about Restore Trap, which works on turn 1, and I insist on turn 1, is that even if you use Gale Force, usually it's not easy to set it up turn 1, even if you have dual lean. But as I said, mountains make it a bit easier for a flying unit like Lin to initiate turn 1. So this is why I am actually concerned about this map. because I think, especially in Astra season, thanks to Regine and her Kanto, Gale Force is actually becoming a valuable strategy. Kanto is so good for replacing Regine in such a way you can block a ranged unit so you can avoid a deadly attack or grabbing the pots. Any kind of defense in Anima season must, take into account units like Duolin and Regine now, and even Winter Altina, who is very dangerous. Just because my Frazier just killed Winter Altina because they played badly does not mean she's not dangerous. She is very dangerous if played well. Here again, another Duolin, Gale Force. I truly think a restore trap kind of strategy will last well. I was also hesitant about the positioning of my boat traps. I placed both of them just above the bottom mountains, but that means it's not protecting Frazier. But still, I do not want them to make an easy move such as reposition or smite through the mountains. So I placed them here. But there are definitely some glaring holes in this defense. This is why I don't like this map too much. And here you have an illustration. Even with buffs and Spendthrift, Rolf is not surviving Winter Altina. I mean, I knew it. This is why I need a second dancer, but unfortunately the placement of Mirabilis is questionable here because she couldn't dance. And I couldn't get my second kill, turn 1. I still get a second kill because this player, made a mistake by placing Regine within the range of Azura. Triangle Adept, she one-shots. But I could easily end up with one single kill and losing 20 lift. So 2 weeks later, in Anima season, I will still use the same kind of team. I want to play a bit more with Bernadetta, but I will change the map. This map, I'm not feeling it. It gives an advantage to flying units such as Duolin, and I don't want this. And as I explained before, this mountain is not a defense style, so it may not work as I want it to work. So yeah, thanks for watching.